My name is Heather Kinney. I'm the Coastal Restoration Scientist with the Nature Conservancy, and this summer we've been focusing on looking at the benthic habitat in the Providence River estuary. One of the ways that we do that is using a sediment profile imagery camera, or a SPI camera. The SPI camera is used to look at different sites around the Providence River to see what the bottom looks like. So looking at what's living at the bottom, what the substrate is like, helps us to determine the quality of that habitat, as well as looking at the different species that live down there. And so by checking out different sites along the estuary, we can see which ones are in better shape than others, and also compare that information over time to see if there are any changes. The SPI camera is a large camera that rests on a sled, and so it is made up of a camera with a housing and a prism that goes into the substrate. So rather than getting an image of the top, if you were to look straight down, we actually get a view of what's underneath the substrate. So the prism that goes within the substrate lets us see where the oxygen layer is, and that oxygen amount tells us how well the environment is doing, because oxygen is one of the things that organisms need to survive, and so when there is a lot of oxygen and a lot of mixing in the substrate, that layer is a lot deeper. And when there is not a lot of oxygen, when we have more hypoxic events in an area, that layer is much higher to the surface. And so when we look at the differences between that layer, we can tell whether the organisms are doing better and whether that habitat is more healthy than others. This project is funded by Rhode Island Sea Grant. So we're looking at a couple of different ways to take images of the bottom, and the SPI camera is one of those methods.